Hi, I'm Mark Manis, Director of Instruction at the Golf Center at the Highlands. A good friend of mine once told me, if you aim at nothing, you'll always hit it. No statement could be more true in golf. The fact is, most players aim at nothing. What I want to help you do today is understand how to get better aim and how to practice that. Number one starts with these shafts. If you don't own some of these, get yourself a shaft or two. The only reason I don't suggest you use clubs, when you put the clubs on the ground, the grips tend to get dirty. Getting them dirty gets them slick, and you got to replace them more often. Shafts like this are anywhere from $2 to $6, $7. Not terribly expensive, and you can use them for a long time for a variety of things, the least of which is aim. What I've done here is I've set a shaft down parallel to my target line. It's a little left of the target out in the distance. I'm looking at the blue flag, which is about 170 yards away from here. And at 170 yards, that means this shaft, which is a foot away from the ball, is probably aimed 6 or 7 yards left of the flag. You see, alignment works this way. Parallel lines are what we're after. We always talk about railroad tracks. But the railroad tracks don't do this in the distance. As I tell everybody, if they did, we'd have more derailments. The reality is, parallel lines, if we look at these short segments, actually appear to do this in the distance. They appear to expand or get farther apart. So as you align yourself, the ball sitting on the target line, the club face sitting on the target line, you'd aim the club face at the target. Your body would be parallel left, so a shaft put across my feet to that blue flag 170 yards away might appear to be 7, 8, 10 yards left of the target. That would be parallel lines. Now, how do I get to the point where I'm good at that and I see my alignment correctly? Well, if you use this shaft and you hit some balls and you just practice this a little bit, that will help. Now, how do I take that from here to the golf course? Well, this is how you do it. I believe you learn to use an intermediate target in your pre-shot routine. And your pre-shot routine encompasses a number of things, but this is kind of the first thing I see us do as we start to walk into the golf ball. Number one, we get behind the ball and we try to find a spot 3 to 4 feet in front of the golf ball, so something in here. And I don't care what it is. It can be a blade of grass that's brown rather than green. It can be a corner of a divot if there happens to be one. It can be a variety of different things. In this case, I've got a little weed growing up out here, so I see it directly in my target line. So I'm going to use that as my intermediate target. When I've done that, I now look at the target, find that intermediate target, make sure I trust that for my alignment. Now I'm going to walk around to the ball, and when I walk into the ball, I want to walk into it like so. Notice I never get past the golf ball. This line is just simply to help me understand where behind the ball is. So I'm still behind the ball as I aim the club face. Now I'm just going to aim the club face at my spot here. I'll worry about the target in a second. So I aim it at the intermediate target, then I turn my head and look at the target. That allows me to see that I am pretty much on that line and set my feet. My feet get parallel to this line here. That's the one I'm going to start focusing on. If I start looking out at the flag, I can prove to you a variety of ways that the flag does not look exactly where it is. We're standing beside the ball. We're looking at it off angle. If your eyes were directly over the line like a putt, the flag would be in the right place perspective-wise. It's not otherwise. So we see most of the tour players having some sort of intermediate target or using caddies to align them. We don't have the benefit of a caddy, so intermediate target seems to be our way of doing it. If you will get into that and work on and practice finding that intermediate target, aiming the club face, sometimes with a shaft on the range, sometimes without, you will start to aim better. This is step one of the routine. I want you to get behind it, find a spot, learn to circle into the ball so that you come into the ball from slightly behind, aim the club face, and set your feet. Practice that for a while, see if that doesn't help you.